This is it. This is the moment you all have been waiting for. It is the main event of the evening. 8 rounds of championship boxing to determine the vacant Texas Combative Sports Program Texas Super Middleweight Champion. Let us meet both our combatants. Introducing first, out of the blue corner, it will be Kevin KJ Johnson.
Kevin Johnson making his way down.
Very, very good all-rounded fighter. This is not going to be one-way street, I'm telling you now. It's going to be a great fight.
No doubt about it. Kevin Johnson in the ring, one half of our main event. We get ready to face his opponent, and I am putting money on it. John Torres will receive quite the ovation on his entrance.
Yeah, we're getting loads of love as well online for John Torres. He's a very, very well-liked fighter.
And let's meet their opponent. Out of the red corner, this is John Hercules Torres.
Here he comes, John Torres. They call him Hercules.
Crowd are going crazy for him here.
No doubt, it's like
in
a
Galveston,
rumble,
Texas.
like Hercules walking into Greece. It's John Torres in Galveston, or heck, let's just say John Torres in the state of Texas, because everywhere he goes, the people follow.
He's got such a big following as well from the Puerto Rican community, which the world renowned for following the fighters everywhere they go.
Absolutely.
If you are watching the stream live, thanks for watching. You can see all you watching. If you can just share this stream, it'd be great to have more people coming and join this. This is going to be such a good fight.
In-ring introductions now, Mr. Justin Simmons.
All right, fight fans, again, we thank you for joining us here at the gorgeous Galveston Island Convention Center here in Galveston, Texas, as we are welcoming our fans streaming worldwide on the El Tigre Promotions Facebook page, as well as clearlifemedia.com and the Clear Life Media YouTube page. Again, this is the main event of the evening for the vacant Texas Competitive Sports Program Super Middleweight title, and it will be an 8-rounder. A big thanks to all of our sponsors: Anguilla Homes, El Tigre Promotions, Otego Development, Progressive Rejuvenation, J-Bar M Texas Barbecue, Pistolas y Música, Pueblo Boxing, Loaded Pistol, and our friends over at Clear Life Media and Boxing TV. This fight is sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation, ringside supervisor Joseph G. Salazar. Our ringside physicians, Dr. Jorge Guerrero, as well as Lubor Jarlumik. Our timekeepers ringside, Robert Isaac and Teresa Reina. And our judges, the 3 of them scoring ringside, Michelle Morales, Dr. Kelly Isaac, and Ray Zaragoza. Now, fans, let us meet our combatants for this championship contest. First, starting with the gentleman on my left. In the blue corner, standing alongside trainer Nico Hernandez, this slick southpaw has gone the distance in their last 5 professional bouts, victorious in 4 career bouts with 1 KO. Looking to add championship gold to their resume, from Wichita, Kansas, it is Kevin KJ Johnson! And their opponent out of the red corner. Weighing in at 168 pounds, this explosive KO artist enters the ring with a perfect 8-0 record, amassing 6 KOs in the process. Tonight, an opportunity to become a champion, originally from Orocovis, Puerto Rico, now fighting out of Baytown, Texas. This is John Hercules Torres. Our referee giving the instructions, James Green.
Okay, gentlemen, I'm gonna call this clean right here, and I'm gonna call this clean right on this side, okay? You got your instructions in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times and obey my commands at all times. Touch them up, back to your corners.
This is it, ladies and gentlemen, the main event. It is time to smash!
Here we go, folks. Torres and Johnson. Torres in the red, Johnson in the black.
I can't wait for this fight. I've been looking forward to it all week. Two quality operators.
That's why you flew in, right, my man?
That's right, yeah. Is that weight going to make a difference? Because I don't think they look too dissimilar as far as size now.
Yeah, no doubt. Torres looks like the slightly taller fighter. But honestly, when they get in their stances, it looks about even.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right away,
Torres
Johnson.
always seems to have that really good tight guard, which I always like from him.
And it's kind of pawing away the jab of Johnson. This is an 8-round contest. Now, I am correct in saying Johnson cannot win the title.
That's right, yeah.
Yes, because of the missed weight.
He was 2 or 3 pounds overweight.
With quick right hand from Torres.
Torres is the only one who could win this title today.
Again, we spoke about it all night. Johnson said he does not care about winning the title. He cares about taking away that O in Torres' name. I mean, if he can get a reputation as an undefeated fighter, beater, you know, the beater of undefeated fighters, that's a heck of a way to
you
look
make
at
some
things.
money, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
There's a guy over in the UK who's call him a journeyman, but he's a jab. Called Ben Fields, and he took that many O's off people. They call him the O-taker, like the Undertaker.
So they both kind of landed jabs. Torres has just had much more thump on it.
Solid jab that. You
Yeah.
don't want to be walking into that all night.
Absolutely. The way he angled off on it as well.
Of course, both southpaw fighters, which always makes things
Interesting,
a
yeah.
little bit more interesting.
A lot of jabs.
Local jab.
Right on the forehead. And I like, too, that Torres isn't just throwing it high. He's also aiming for the body with the jab, mixing it up high and low. Little head feints as well from Torres.
Quiet start, though, from both fighters, really.
No doubt. We talk about that feeling out process. You've got a bit more leniency to do it in the 8-round fight. Ooh. Good hook there from Torres.
He just does everything well. I think that's what's so good about him. I wouldn't say he does one particular thing incredible. Good, but he's just so well-rounded. He's fast, he's got a good jab, he's got a good chin, got good defense. Do you know what I mean?
Fundamentals, yeah.
Absolutely.
Just solid
Good player.
fundamentals. And honestly, that can be enough to win you a lot of fights. And as we see that 8-0, you know, and I think that round was his. I think he landed with a bit more frequency, and the ones he landed with had a bit more power behind him as well, a bit more game-changing. But it was a touch-and-feel round altogether. But I got to give round one to Torres.
That's it, yeah. I mean, to be clear, I'm not knocking Torres at all. I think he's a very, very talented fighter. I just think he's just so well-rounded as a fighter.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, there's nothing wrong with saying that somebody doesn't do anything exceptionally well.
Well, look at
You know?
Deontay Wilder. He's got absolutely blasted out today by Zhilei Zhang. Yeah?
Yeah.
He's got one trick, then everybody knows it. His
Yeah.
big right hand.
Absolutely.
He can't keep you brilliant forever.
You know, it's legendary power, but, you know, you have to be able to protect yourself. You have to be able, you know, if your
Yeah,
fundamentals aren't there.
Exactly.
Fundamentals are the name of the game as we start round 2.
We notice how both fighters are you know, concentrating on the jab to the body.
Yes.
To be fair, for so many years it's been so underappreciated, but it's so damaging. It wrecks right to your shoulder plexus.
You pay dividends with it over time. It just saps the life out of fighters. Johnson kind of letting the hands go a little bit on this round, but like you said, that tight guard of Torres preventing a lot of that damage, it seems, so far.
Absolutely. Showing a feint there. Old Hercules.
Just trying to see how people react.
Hand. Great left hand there. Set it up really, really well. Torres.
It's got to be interesting when you fight another southpaw. It's like all of a sudden, oh, my jab is free. I don't have to punch through someone's hand or move either way to set it up.
Well, that's it. I mean, obviously, it's this in recent years. I feel like there's more. I don't know why, but it seems like there's more. But it was mainly due to back in the day. You just didn't see many southpaws. But that's the thing, though. But like southpaws don't see many southpaws. So
exactly.
that's the thing. They've got the same thing.
Torres, you saw the way he's just kind of using these little head feints, these little snap feints to kind of get Johnson to back up so he can get him to fight against the ropes. These little head feints.
Lovely body work there by Torres.
And when Johnson doesn't back up, Torres punishes him.
Slow start really from Johnson.
Yeah, he started trying to let the hands go at the beginning of this round. Yeah, just these little feints.
Nice work. He just seems to me the busier fighter because he's putting them together in 3s and 4s. Whereas if you look at Johnson, he's barely doing anything more than 1, 2. You know, I just feel that's the difference.
Yeah, no doubt. It's got to be tough when you throw 1, 2, and you feel like you're hitting glove. It can be
good body shots there, though, by Johnson. Yeah, you're right.
It can be discouraging from throwing more, but you have to keep throwing the volume. Combinations open things up.
Good left hand there by Torres. Great shot.
And Torres doing a good job just taking these small steps. And like I said, little feints are just walking Johnson back, and he's slowly getting back more toward the ropes.
I was just literally about to say, I wouldn't mind seeing that shot to the right of the body, the left hand from Torres. Good shot that back there by Johnson. Very well matched, aren't they?
Yeah,
very well matched.
Got to be a bit like fighting a mirror, it seems like. Good back and forth action, nothing crazy. We kind of didn't expect a slugfest. You know, these guys are at the top of the card for a reason. Now, I will say this, Johnson not really getting on the inside much. He's kind of finding his range, you know, picking apart. He's looking to get into the jab fest and everything like that. The size won't play nearly as much of a difference there. You know, I got to believe. You might have a little more power on your punches, but even then, you know.
I think that Torres is rehydrated very well. Again, you know, he says he's a, consummate professional. So.
Yeah. Round 3, about ready to get started.
I've
here.
seen it so far.
So far, I've got Torres far in both.
Too. I just think he's been a busier fighter.
Absolutely. Johnson hasn't looked bad. Torres just has looked better. Good jab. Johnson finding a home for his jab, high and low.
I wouldn't mind seeing him throw a feint and then throw that left hand over the top. It worked pretty well for him in the second round there. Torres. Oh, lovely. Turn that jab into a hooker on the side. Great shot by Torres.
Absolutely. You get those hands kind of close up to stop the jab, and it opens up around the ear. Another good jab. And that's a snapping, powerful jab from Torres. Johnson talking a little bit. Not sure what he's saying.
Just missed with left hand there. Just clipped him, didn't catch him
Yeah,
properly.
and they knew it too. Both men smiled, said, nearly gotcha. I think both men felt like they almost landed lights out shots there for a second.
Ooh. Shot by Johnson, though.
Yeah. Torres might have rolled with it a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
But
He took the momentum away, absolutely.
Torres has to be careful. He starts extending over Johnson's shoulder like that. It can open that. It can open up that uncorked pull counter.
Good defense. That's what helps with his hands so tight. He would have got caught solidly with that right hook, but he didn't because he's got a decent fundamental. So important.
And it looks like Johnson now is looking for the pull counter. He's going to look to roll over the shoulder and then swing the left.
At the moment, Torres is dominating the fight with his jab.
Absolutely.
Love the jab to the body there by Torres. Good job back by Johnson.
And it's not just the jab. I mentioned it earlier, just the way he kind of bobs his head in. It makes you think the jab is coming. You think the jab is coming.
Big right hook there by Torres. Big shot. Sweat flew across the ring.
Torres is just being patient and finding his openings, and when he finds them, he punishes them.
I think what the key thing for me so far is that Johnson seems to be working harder doing the same thing.
Absolutely.
So Torres is really relaxed, nice tight, whereas Johnson seems to be really putting a lot into everything he's putting in.
Absolutely. I could see that 100%. I think a lot of Torres' stuff is he's just able to create these little openings and make Johnson do a lot of the work for him, and Johnson is forcing a lot of his action.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Torres doing a lot of these little micro movements, these head feints, things like that, just to get Johnson to move a little bit or move a hand down, just little things like that, creating openings for the jab. And then we saw the right hook land. And I think Torres is winning. I could see the previous round, not the one we just came out of, but the one before. I could see that going either way. But so far, I think I give it all Torres.
Yeah. I mean, again, you made a really good quote earlier on when you said, you know, it's not that he's looking bad or anything. It's just that Torres is just looking better. That's literally what's happening. And again, I just think that relaxed, you know, kind of economical approach is doing much better for Torres.
Yeah, it's let your opponent create the openings for you a lot of times, you know.
Good jab to the body there by Torres.
I almost wonder if Johnson will start to press the advantage. Again, trying to force those openings. Punch, but all armed there.
He just touched that left hand out there just to see how he'd react. And that's why he smiled at him, because he knew what he was doing. It's a good jab there by Torres.
Johnson does roll well with a lot of these jabs, but the problem is, you know, if it's 4 jabs, 2 of them are landing, about half. Trying. Ooh, and that hook did slip through. That's the combination punching we wanted to see.
That's right. So did the right hook to the body as well. It's good work there. But very explosive by Johnson.
That's more of what he's got to bring, I think. He's got to crack that guard, crack that shell. Just trying to touch.
Again, dominating the fight with jab.
Johnson returns. Good uppercut lands there from Johnson. Oof. And a return fire from Torres.
If you see what I'm talking about now, when Johnson throws these shots, and again he's doing well, but it seems like he puts everything into every shot, and that's only going to be tiring. Whereas if you look at Torres, it's just like it's nothing.
Absolutely. Especially when you talk about the guy that had a failed weight cut, you know, and who knows, maybe when he was talking, he said, I don't care about that title from Texas. Who knows, maybe he had a bad weight cut. Maybe he just failed the weight cut, and that was his way of convincing himself he didn't get, you know?
Well, they said it was because he came on the plane traveled from where he lived, and that was the reason for the weight fail. That's a lovely left hand.
Absolutely.
Nice
A
little bit of
dance.
footwork, yeah.
It's one of those things where people heard the pop of the gloves from Johnson, but I think that's all it was. I think glove hit glove. Torres is doing a great job, but then when Torres hit, you know, I saw head move and sweat and everything else.
Yeah, absolutely. His jab, Torres' jab goes straight out and he comes straight back.
Absolutely.
Which it's hard to counter that. He looks straight down it. I also feel one of the biggest difference in this is footwork, because if you look at the retreat of Johnson compared to Torres, he's working a lot harder going backwards, whereas Torres just seems to pivot and turn, whereas Johnson seems to really spend loads of energy jumping back.
Absolutely. It's these tiny little, you know, economic footwork, economic steps, and you expend less energy to be more efficient, you know, and that's what we're seeing a lot from Torres. I completely agree with you, you know. And we saw in that round when Johnson got tagged, he did the little dance. I mean, it's kind of known at this point that fighters don't really act like something didn't hurt them unless it hurt them, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time that they complain that something's wrong, that not wrong with them, then yeah,
Right.
they're hurt.
So I think he did feel a bit of that power. And I think his response, I think what we're seeing from Johnson is he's trying to muscle his way back into this fight. He is trying to throw those harder shots and trying to crack that guard by force. And he's just eating more punishment in return from
He's
Torres.
getting more tired too, because
Yes.
you're just hitting a brick wall.
And it's those fundamentals. It's the fundamental killer.
I will say though, Kevin Johnson generally is very, very fit. So I'm not expecting him to just tire. Good jab
No
to the
doubt.
body there by Torres.
The jab there. Johnson's trying to be the more explosive fighter. If I'm Johnson's corner, I think I'm telling him I want to see more combinations. You can't trade jabs with this guy.
Good left hand by
Yes,
Torres.
good
Lovely.
pull.
He's waited for it, didn't he?
Yeah, pull into the counter. That's the problem when he's just pumping these jabs. Torres has the range better than Johnson does, I think, at this point. So when he tries to trade these jabs, he's just getting peppered. The most success we've seen from Johnson has been getting on the inside and throwing the body head.
Oh, lovely body shot by Johnson. Again, even though they were solidly thrown, didn't even touch him. Didn't
It's
even
all hitting
move
the
him.
arms, yeah.
Just good technique. Oh, fantastic jab.
Jab, yeah. Ooh, good left. And Torres just swing, big heavy swing from Johnson.
So he just started with that feint there through his jab. The jab, honestly, is winning him the fight so far.
Oh, big right hand. Or excuse me, left over the top. Best punch of the fight so far.
Another good left hand by Torres.
Torres is starting to turn it up now. And he wants to be careful because we know when Johnson throws, he's going to throw with power. So he just needs to keep playing his game, does Torres.
Just needs to stay doing what he's doing.
Absolutely. You're winning the fight. If it ain't broke, don't break it.
Absolutely, 100%. Just misses with that right. Oh,
My
right.
goodness. I think he's realized his power can hurt Johnson. Now Torres wants to be his namesake and be Hercules
massive
again.
left hand. Huge left hand there by Torres.
Torres, I think, needs to keep the pressure on now because I saw Johnson's eyes start wincing.
Yeah, he felt that one. There's no doubt about it.
Johnson looking to return fire. Torres immediately goes to the high guard again.
exchanging here against the ropes.
Ooh, and then
This is a cracking fight. It just shows how much of a nice lad he is, you know,
Yeah.
because they both did to each other there.
Yeah.
And he walked up to her, are you
Well,
like,
you
are you
good?
okay?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's cool. I love that.
My goodness.
You can still be an hard man and be a nice man.
Absolutely. No doubt about it. Man, oh man. So here's the thing, closer round, but there's no doubt in my mind. Torres landed the harder shots, landed the bigger shots in that one. So far, I think, yeah, we've got it scored the same. I'm looking at your paper.
Clean
It's a
sweep
clean
so
sweep.
far for
Yeah,
me, yeah.
exactly. Took the words out of my mouth. So as we move on into round 6. And Johnson looks like he is breathing heavy.
It's because he's having to work hard for any kind of success. And even if he does get some success, Torres just responds even better.
Absolutely.
So again, he's doing well. He's just not doing as good as Torres so far. That's all.
Yeah, no doubt about it. As we get ready here for round 6 in our main event of the evening. Right away, Torres again looking for the jab. Now he landed that big left, but make no mistake, folks, it was set up by that jab.
His eyes were like wide,
Yeah.
wide open, like I said, wow, that hurt a bit.
We had a great shot of it here at ringside.
He's using the feint here again, just trying to set the left hand up.
It just gets Johnson to kind of lean over his shoulder, and that's what put him on a silver platter for that huge left hook, or left straight, excuse me. It was a left. That's all that really matters. If you ask Kevin Johnson, it was probably a bus. Dan Johnson is starting to throw with his hands down.
I'd be looking for that lead left hand if I was Torres.
Absolutely.
His right hand's very, very low.
Yeah, as he's throwing now, the hands are starting to just drift away from the jaw. Look at this. This is what you're talking about.
He's controlling the fight. He's
Absolutely.
controlling where he moves. He's controlling the pace of what he's fighting at. He's controlling everything.
It's these tiny little steps.
Good work by Torres. Just good ring generalship in general.
Yeah. Yeah. See all that work, but it all just results in Torres landing the jab.
Working, yeah, exactly. Working hard, and he's just slipping and sliding. What if he sits in his arms or his gloves or his
Good
elbows?
left hand again from Torres. I'd like to see him throw a jab and then swing it out to the right hook. I know he's having success with his left hand, but the way Johnson leans his head down to that side, if he could jab off into a short left, kind of, you know.
He's got big aspirations, though,
yeah.
Torres. I mean, interviewing him the other day, saying, you know, I want the Pachecos, I want the Mungayas, I want these are top kids. And he's like, no, I want them. These are in my weight division. You know, 168. I want to fight him, and you know, he's like,
Oh, big left
massive!
hand.
I don't know how he stood up from that.
Oh.
What a chin!
Oh, and again, Torres goes to the
Huge
body.
shots coming in from Torres. I have no idea how he stayed on his. It just shows how fit Kevin Johnson is
No
to receive
doubt.
that.
I think his beard touched behind his shoulder. My
was insane.
goodness. Hercules looking to close the show. Oof. My goodness.
Big round for Torres.
Oh my goodness.
That was probably the best shot seen of the night.
All night, yeah. My goodness. Definitely the hardest shot. We saw some shots actually close the show, but
Yeah.
nothing like that. My
No.
goodness.
Again, just shows how fit he is.
Absolutely. Kevin Johnson, you know, credit to him. He took that like a champ.
What a chin.
And I'm telling you, I really think I would like to see, and he's having good success with his lefts, or excuse me, with his long left hand, so maybe I'm wrong, but the jab into a short right hook, a la, you know, Joe Louis, I would like to see that. the Joe Louis special, pop, pop, you know.
It's just a hook off the jab, yeah.
I really think Kevin Johnson's head is moving in that direction to get away now from the left. So who knows? Maybe
he's caught him with 2 solid lefts in the last couple of rounds that rocked him to his boots.
I think his head will now start to kind of drift away from that side, trying to avoid that. That should set up your lead hook.
The difference is now is Torres knows he can hurt him.
And Johnson is not sure. There's the hook there. Again, you see Johnson is now circling away from that hand. He does not want to get hurt. Torres needs to get back to establishing that jab. The jab is damaging.
He's just moving him wherever he wants him to go.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Johnson.
Very good fighter.
Johnson, almost want to say running for dear life from the left hand. There's the right hook.
Lovely jab
Back into
again.
the jab. Now he's in the corner of the left. Torres now dictating the fight. Body shot from Torres into the jab. Johnson tries to return fire. It's admonished and told to raise those shots. Good jab from Johnson. Torres returns. Good
It's not
jab.
just that, it's the nervous energy as well. He's fainting. He's like, oh, he's moving. He's making, he's just missed by about a centimetre with a massive overhand left.
Torres knew it too. There was a big grin on his face. That's the thing, when that jab started to land, Johnson's now circling back toward the power hand.
Everything comes from the jab, and he's showing that. Good jab again by Torres.
And Johnson tries to return and gets nothing but glove. Ooh. Oh, big hand from Johnson. Torres says right here.
Just shows he's still in it.
Good left, followed up with the right to the body. Johnson trying to return fire.
I think that was a little bit low.
And it's got to be tough because that guard is so tough to get through. You want to get around those elbows maybe by getting low, and you wind up hitting them low.
Johnson's having a bit of success here.
Again, look where the fight's happening now. It's in the middle of the ring. As I say that, Johnson gets backed up again. Good left
Good
again.
shot, big shots coming in
Big
from
left
Torres.
again. Torres unloading.
Oh,
Johnson returns fire.
He is no mug. Oh, big left hand by Johnson.
1-1-2, throwing the straights. He's got Torres on the back foot now.
Oh, just missed. There's been 2 or 3
My goodness.
solid shots that just missed him by a cup. Do you know what? I'm going to give him a share of that, you know.
Fair enough.
I think that Johnson did enough to get a share. And maybe I'm just being over.
You might be doing what we were talking about earlier. You know, he finally showed up.
Yeah, but I do think he did enough to get just a share of that round.
Yeah, I won't argue with it. It was a great fight. And here's the thing, man. We are coming up on the 8th and final round, and this main event has flown by. My goodness. And I think Johnson's corner knows he has to do something.
Well, for me, he needs a knockout.
Absolutely. He has to go out, and it's almost like he was looking for it there at the end of that previous round. Torres was ready for it.
Sorry to interrupt you.
No.
The only thing about needing the knockout is you inevitably put yourself in a position to get knocked out.
No doubt about it.
It has to go off. Johnson has to go, hell for leather.
Absolutely. Right away,
Go
Torres
broke.
is looking to take the lead.
Go for broke.
Ooh, again, the left hand of Torres. Good jab there by Torres. And here's the thing, Johnson knows he needs the knockout, but Torres is being the aggressor. He is leading this dance.
Then there's only one winner.
Trying to go body head, there's Johnson. Torres having none of it.
Big shot. Big shot there.
Big left hand.
Oh, massive left hand. Again, you hit the nail on the head earlier on. He needs to be the aggressor now. Not Torres, he needs to be the aggressor. Johnson. And he's not, he's getting bullied.
And Torres is taking the fight to him. I'll tell you, Johnson breathing through his mouth now as well.
To be honest, I think I would be if I was having this for 8 rounds.
I wouldn't be breathing, period, after a couple of those shots. My goodness.
I'd be in the ambulance.
My goodness, and the way Torres just parried that jab to bring his left hand. Woof, good left hand. Torres' back of the head.
Do you know, I just want to take time to say, you know, respect to both warriors. This has been a very good, very well fought contest. And, you know, they both got a good future ahead of them. And Torres, he could be something special.
Absolutely, looks fantastic. Johnson looking to return fire. Left hand there by Torres. Ooh, again the left hand. Swinging for the fences, Torres. Johnson looked at the mat. Did he almost slip? Oof, and the jab again. The beautiful thing about watching Torres fight, everything he has thrown or landed has been set up by the jab.
He's looking to find that big, long left. Torres now.
Johnson returns fire. The crowd is electric. For our main event, Johnson lands again. Torres throws the left. Torres
Can he pull it off? He's got 10 seconds to. Gets caught with the left hand. Torres, a cut opened up on his eye within literally the last 10 seconds.
Throwing, closing the show with a fight. One hell of a fight here at El Tigre Promotions Anglia Home Fight Series. Fantastic fight. John Torres and Kevin Johnson.
Literally within the last 10 seconds there, cut open above Torres' left eye.
Yeah.
I bet he's fuming.
He's like, you gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, as if.
He said, I made it 23 minutes without getting scratched.
Yeah, and I do it in the last 5 seconds.
Yeah. Fantastic fight. I think I see how you scored it. I know I feel about the same.
Yeah.
I think John Torres walks away as the champion, but Kevin Johnson, no doubt.
I don't think there's any doubt in it at all. I gave Johnson a share of, I think it was the 7th round. Other than that, it's a complete shutout. Well, for me anyway.
Yeah, I mean.
And again,
I
that's why we
same.
love the sport. It's subjective, you know. Some people might think, oh, saying that though, I don't know how you can argue that, because even if it is you say the aggressor, I felt like Torres was the aggressor for most of the fight.
I feel the same. I think it was just better fundamentals all around. He looked to be at a different level, in my opinion. And that's when your foundation, we keep saying the word fundamentals, but when your foundation is just a step higher than the next guy, your whole game is a step higher than the next guy.
Yeah,
and that's what we saw, I think, here tonight. With all due respect to Kevin Johnson, he put up a great fight. He brought it there at the very end, of course. Again, there you see the corner telling Torres, I don't know when it happened. Must have been the very end. So.
Oh, you're kidding? I'm caught.
I was like, why did I throw hands? Why didn't I just float away with my jab?
Just move away.
That's that fighting spirit, man.
All the trainer will be saying is, yeah, I know, you should have been.
It was like, now we got to take 6 months off. Man, oh man. You see there's wear and tear on his face. He's got the black eye, the cut over. There's no doubt that Johnson landed some good shots. I just think much too much was John Torres in this one.
There he is with his coach Lopez. See, I love the amount of love that he puts into his fighters. It's fantastic. And there he is holding the Puerto Rico flag. No, sorry, the Texas flag.
That is Puerto Rico.
Sorry,
Puerto Rico.
It looked weird. It looked as he turned it. I saw the star.
Hey, no worries, man. All right, folks. I think this is it. Let's find out the winner of our main event from Justin Simmons.
All right, fight fans, here
76, 76.
That's how they
I mean, I
scored
don't
it.
know how people saw that out there, but I definitely didn't see that as being a draw.
I agree completely. Regardless, congratulations to John Torres.
Yeah, absolutely. Congratulations. But I mean, I'm always honest with people, and you know, the truth of it is, I don't know how you can score that a draw.
I feel the same way. I think we saw one guy get clearly outboxed, but at least the winner is correct in our eyes.
I don't think he's happy.